And we are back with One Piece episode 1132. A pledge to Jenny, Kuma becomes a father. We start this episode off with Baltigo, the Revolutionary Army headquarters, getting a call to request aid from an island in the South Blue called Toomey. They've been fighting for their freedom from the world government for the past 3 years. Dragon, Kuma, and Ivankov are at sea. They just rescued a bunch of people from the Goa Kingdom, so they can't take the whole ship to Toomey. Then we see Kuma step up to go alone. Ivankov tells him no, as he's been in non-stop battle since Jenny's been recaptured. And before anybody can stop him, Kuma pawpaws to Toomey. Kuma crashes into battle and puts hands on everybody. By the way they're dressed up, I'm guessing that these are Holy Knights. They're all Templared up, but they're wearing bulkier suits than we're used to. They try to surround Kuma and gang up on him, but he takes everybody out with the Ursa shock. The allies that we came to help got out of the way, so no collateral damage on our side. And after 3 years of fighting, Toomey is its own again. After that, Kuma calls Dragon on a transponder snail and tells him that he's tired, so he'll just take a ship back. Now, it's been 2 years since Jenny has been recaptured. She was taken to be a wife for a certain celestial dragon. We still don't know who they are. We see Jenny on a ship with baby Bonnie. But Jenny has some type of stones covering her skin. So Jenny gets in contact with the Revolutionary Army, who's ecstatic to hear from her again. But when her and Kuma speak, things get very morbid. She tells us that she got sick, and the celestial dragons had no more use for her, so they just discarded her. Just discarded? And we also see that this isn't an I'm coming home call. This is a farewell call. Kuma's desperate to see her again and ask her where she is. He can just pop right over there. But Jenny tells us it won't be long. In this episode, breaking is an understatement. You talk about love lost? The fact that Kuma didn't want to be with her because of his bloodline, and then she's taken away anyway, and then shows up with a baby? Listen, we need thorough destruction of the celestial dragons for all that they've done. Jenny doesn't tell Kuma where she is, so he makes a guess and just pawpaws away. Jenny passes on the transponder call while Kuma's on the way, and he doesn't get to hear her final words for him, which were, I love you. We see Kuma arrive at the Sorbet Kingdom back at his church. The elders are outside trying to tell Kuma not to go in, but he rushes past them anyway. He gets to Jenny, already gone, and the elders have to tell him what happened. When she was exposed to sunlight, her skin started turning blue and hardening like stone. Kuma holds Jenny and remembers all the time that they had together, as well as all the love that she gave, that he didn't act upon. And then we hear baby Bonnie crying. Then the elders tell us that Jenny fought through selling in the sunlight to give Bonnie a better chance at life. Now holding Bonnie, Kuma decides to raise her for the love of Jenny, and we lay Jenny to rest. Back at the church, maybe a few days later, we see Kuma getting tutored on how to take care of a baby. The elders have to teach him everything as he's too big. Can't properly hold the bottle. They recommend him sleeping with her in a metal cage so he doesn't crush her. Through all this, Kuma is still one of the best dads we have in anime. From here we see baby Bonnie and Kuma grow together quickly. We see her exploring, crawling, her first steps, and her first words, which was calling Kuma dad. We see her growing into a miniature version of Jenny, but maybe a little nicer considering Kuma is her father. Throughout Bonnie's childhood, we see Kuma continue to be a revolutionary. Even a glimpse at Sabo's training. We see Bonnie waiting on Kuma to come home one night, and whenever baby girl gets up, she's got the blue stones on her face. Kuma sees Bonnie's face and immediately gets on boarding up the church. Seeing the church boarded up, Yo-Yo and the boys come and ask him what he's up to. That's when Kuma brings them in, tells them to shut the door, and shows them Bonnie's face. And the boys run to go get a doctor. We see many doctors come by, but none of them even know what the sickness is. It's nothing like the white lead that Law and his people had to deal with. Wanting to focus more on Bonnie, Kuma goes to Dragon and tells him what's going on and quits the revolutionaries. Ivankov is obviously worried, but Dragon also says that we'll use our resources to help find doctors around the world. Dragon also says that he wants Kuma to live without any regrets, and not being there for Bonnie would definitely be a regret. And give Dragon his respect already. Listen, a lot of you don't understand what it means to be the important figure. This man's the leader of a revolution. Protests, insurgents, coups, advanced strategies to cripple and topple governments. The manga already touched on it. I'll wait till the anime gets there for y'all. Dragon's existence itself is a symbol. For the people that truly know, this will get you God valued in real life. Just knowing that someone else is fighting like you strengthens and creates a spark. No dragon, no revolution. By the way, I always thought that the Revolutionary Army's flag looked like a dragon with its wings torn off. Anyway, we cut to 7 years ago. Bonnie is now 5 and chased some kids around the church that came to pick on her. They're calling her a vampire as they've all heard about the girl that lives in a church that can't come outside in the sunlight. The church is all boarded up. They run towards the sunlight and pull out a crucifix thinking that that's going to stop something. But they're already in a church, so Bonnie just drops them anyway. She threatens to come outside and go after them. Then overly worried dad comes running to stop her. Do what you gotta do, Kuma. And we see that Bonnie is just as tough and wild as Jenny. Bonnie tells Kuma that the boys were making fun of the stones on her face. And Kuma tells her that the boys are just jealous because she's got pretty jewelry and they don't. To which she smiles. We end this episode with Kuma getting a late night visit from a doctor who's found some information on the sickness. He tells Kuma that more cases like hers have popped up recently. I've got my theories about that. And that sunlight and moonlight, any natural light source, will make the disease spread quicker. And even if you avoid the light completely, the disease still progresses. As it stands now, the disease is incurable and Bonnie won't make it to 10. Nearing the end of the conversation, Bonnie wakes up and hears that something big is going to happen when she turns 10. And Kuma tells her that the doctor says that she'll be better by 10. And Kuma's sad because they'll have to wait that long. We cut to 1 year later, and King Bakuri has started his population control again. And the elders come to the church asking for Kuma's help again. As far as good and bad in the backstory, this one has a lot of it. Jenny coming back, Bonnie being here, the Sunstone sickness. Ooh, this one was a lot. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Once again, we will be at Fan Expo in Denver, July 3rd and 4th. Fan Expo itself is July 3rd through 6th. Come out, have some fun. Asa's Black Forum. Comment, like, share, subscribe.